Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we're going to be going over the new events. Well, we kind of already did, but you know, we'll be messing with the new Submerge turtle and getting those luscious 2x trait stones just so we don't need to worry about them later. Even though we kind of already have enough, getting more is definitely not a bad thing, you never know. Always good to have way more than you'll ever need. Hello Nautical, welcome. Hello SBM, hello William. Let's see. Tacet check t-shirt for Guild Wars. Wait, Monday no Guild Wars, the stream shirtless. No, I normally just wear a black shirt for the days without a color. And also on the days that I don't have a shirt yet for. I still need a dark yellow, a dark green, and a dark brown shirt for the Guild War days. Because the current versions of all those shirts I have are too bright of a color to work with a green screen. But I am looking into getting them eventually. I'm just not getting any luck in finding the correct colors. I already tried one batch, had to return some of them because they wouldn't work, but the green one and the yellow are going to be particularly hard to try to find a shirt for. The brown one should be pretty easy. I'm actually surprised the brown shirt I got earlier didn't work, but we'll find them in time. Anyways, guys, let's go mess around with a couple of things. I have been farming a little bit with the trophies, like going into one trophy and just absolutely demolishing it. That's been quite a bit of fun, just to rack up all of those extra trait stones this week. Really good week to get yourself trait stones if you've been needing more for anything, simply because you will end up accumulating a lot from this. It's one of the best kind of weeks that you can really get in this game, is any week that does end up giving you the extra trait stones when using a specific troop on your team. I really do wish this thing had an extra turn on it. I keep casting, it's like, oh yeah, it has an extra turn. Oh wait, no it doesn't. And then it's like, whoops, fail. Well, we got our mana back. That's not exactly what I need though. I need the, KrissTigger to get its final blow. So I'm gonna go do that. And let's match. Down it goes. And there's 2x trait stones. We even got a double arcane at the end of the video we did earlier. Of course, now we only get the minor trait stones, but whenever you get a celestial doubled or a arcane doubled, it feels so good when you get it on 2x trait stones, or even just in general. But you know, getting twice as much is always nice. Whoops, my thing is in the way of chat. Okay, there we go. Hello! Did I say all the hellos yet? I don't think I did. Hello, Nautical. Hello, William. Hello, SBM. Hello, JZG. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Gilax. Hello, McCoy. Hello, Player Daniels. Hello, Bloodstained. Hello, Strawn. Hello, I just missed one. Hello, Humberto. Hello, Ethan. And hello, D. Hello, Ethan again. Welcome all. Welcome. Were there any questions in that? We want to see you as a Queen Mab. Oh yeah, you're saying that because of what happened on a Salty stream earlier. I actually was thinking of doing something like that for the competition for the PS4 earlier, but I wasn't going to bother participating in that. I didn't really need it, because every single runner-up prize I didn't need. It was just in-game resources to a degree so small relative to how much I have that it would be kind of pointless. But I was thinking of doing that earlier. I have a staff that looks a lot like Queen Mab's staff, so all I would need to do is literally everything else, and I'd have a perfect Queen Mab. Would need a shave, though. Definitely would need a shave. Shave and wig. Hello, the Bieber. Welcome. Any recommendations for Guild War defend teams? As far as current defends, you basically just set something like Double Wisp, Kraken, KrissTigger, or any of the more annoying meta team right now. I haven't done a specific video on it yet, mainly because there is a really big change happening to Guild War Defends very soon. I was expecting it to be in this patch, but it might be next patch, it might be a patch after that patch. I'm not quite sure when they're implementing it, but the way that you defend in Guild Wars is going to be changing drastically very soon, and I've been kind of waiting for that before I do like a whole comprehensive video going over it. But yeah, we did go over the trait stone video like I meant to do for a while now, but finally got that done this morning. Next order of business, I'm not quite sure which one it will be. I kind of want to do the how to progress through the game video. I believe will be the next one, or the next major video we get to. I was like, hello Maximuse, welcome. Welcome. Is that enough damage? It actually is, surprisingly. Is the skull enough damage? Probably not. What is 33% of 36? I believe that's not high enough is the answer. So we'll just go for the poke. And we're submerged! Now he can't damage us. Though there's a lot of things that can still hit submerge, which is really annoying. The most annoying of which is probably Kraken's 3 damage to everything, which we ended up finding out earlier. That's not good. That's definitely not good. It can also be hit by Plague's stat reduction, and it can be hit by Queen Mab's mana burn. There's still a lot of things that hit it, unfortunately. Maybe if they gave, instead of Dragon Shield, gave it like Impervious. So that would be some really good traits though, if it had huge Impervious and Stone Skin. I think they said that they're trying to never give any troop both Impervious or Stone Skin. Golem, when it was first released with traits, had both. And it was basically the best common in the game when it did, because of how tanky it was. But they did specifically say that they are never going to give a troop both Impervious and Stone Skin ever again. I don't think it was that annoying, to be honest, but if you give a troop like that too good of ability, it will be ridiculously good. Where to go? Trying to put barriers on them. I guess we'll just go for manas instead. We'll go for that. Still got the triple barrier, which is good enough. Throw this down on the yellow. Get what we need. The wisp. The double wisp. The triple wisp. The quad wisp? No, we didn't get no quad wisp. Luckily, because it's Sim doing it. Hello, you freaks. Welcome. Also, hello, H. Holt. Submerge avoids all team spells. There is not 4-hit Devour, so yes. No, 4-hit Devour actually would hit it, even if that thing did exist. Because things that apply a certain stats effect, like for example Queen Mab's Mana Burn, still end up hitting through Submerge, which is a little bit annoying. So you do have to watch out for that. Even though that's technically a full AoE spell, it doesn't protect against it. Because it's considered a stats effect. Same thing why stat reduction doesn't work. Same thing why, let's say like a burn all. If something has a burn all, it'll still get burned even if it's submerged and stuff like that. Because Devour, even though it doesn't seem like one, is technically a status effect. It's a status effect that instantly kills them. It is under the category of those. Hello, Bridget. Welcome. What is a good beginning Luther team? Luther did get buffed. Before I would say no team is a good Luther team, back when he used to have a 13 mana cost and not as high of a attack gain. But nowadays, yes, Luther is definitely worth using earlier on in the game. As far as good teams, though, that's really depends on what you have. Personally, I never use him in early game, even on newer accounts, even though he did get buffed. The main reason for this is generally the strategy of taking really large skulls is not good. It's not that it's horrible, it's just something that you shouldn't make a habit of doing early on in the game, because you won't be able to do it later on in the game. So generally, I don't really advise people to really get used to the whole using Luther thing, because it's something that you'll only use for your first like 10 to maybe 30 hours of gameplay, and then after that you'd pretty much shift away from it forever, that kind of team. So I personally still say don't really bother with Luther, but if you were to go something with Luther, you'd want to look for something that ends up having any kind of good skull keep ability on it, either via an Enrage, or actually probably just Enrage would probably be your best bet. Any troop in the entire game that has Enrage, and build around that. A lot of them use red, so it's not going to conflict with a Luther at all if you do something like that red troop in first slot, followed by a Luther, and then 2 other supporting troops for whatever you chose. You could use an Ogre, which is only a common. I believe there's some rares that have Enrage as well from the Urska Kingdom, and stuff like that you would end up being able to use. Also, we are completely getting obliterated right now. Let's go move that down, get our barriers. Barrier for everyone. Everyone gets a barrier. I'm gonna move that over. Nice. Get a little bit of purples. There goes the Valkyrie. There goes the Queen Mab. There goes the Corvash. Anything else you want to throw while you're at it? Let's see. I'll take the skull. Ooh, interesting. Too bad neither of those were actually an extra turn. Blues we don't use, so we can take that safely. Same as that. Dragon Soul it. Can we win with only 2 Dragon Souls? It is possible. We can just keep barriering like crazy, and hopefully get lucky at some of these instances. So we'll take that. A lot of skulls we can take right there. Wow. Only problem is, do we even hit a single yellow? I don't think we hit a single yellow doing that. I could do this. That will hit a skull, and it will give us the barriers. Does it give us all of our mana, though? No, it will not. I need to make sure we hit 4 red, purple. So we could do like right here. Let's see, right there. I needed to hit 4 red / purple. Well, there's only red. So I need to hit 4 red and 2 yellow with whatever I do right now. So let's see. Is there anywhere here that would do just that? That won't do it. What about here? No. Come on, so many reds on this board. Is there no way that we can get this aligned in a way to... Oh, wait. Right there. That hits 2 yellows and the 4 reds. Got it. Oh, and we got an extra turn. Sweet. Perfect. Go move that over. Take the Dragon Soul. We got this. Probably not, but if we have a chance at least. Valkyrie's gonna be a bit annoying. I think I'm gonna rethrow this, even though I technically don't need the barrier. I do need the extra mana that's gonna accumulate though. Make sure that we get full mana right now, or at least attempt it. Yep, there we go. Perfect, full mana. And he does no damage, even better. Dragon Soul all that away. Too bad we don't use blue because there's so much of it on the board due to Valkyrie. We have another one of these. There's definitely no way we're going to get full mana from casting it, so I don't believe I'm going to cast it. I'm going to try for the extra turn. Didn't get it. He pokes the barrier out. We don't have any freezes on us. That is good. Now we just need to get the last little bit of our mana while hopefully also hitting some yellows. That looks about right. We'll get some blue extra turn chance on the top as well, so we'll do it right there. Nice. Okay. Now we just need to get those last little 2 manas, which we can just take off the top here. I'll take it in a way that won't give him an extra turn in any way. And then we throw the Dragon Soul. We're almost there. If we can get past the Corvash, we have a potential of winning this. Okay. Like, this is what I mean with Dragonian Monk. He's so slow to use, but if you really wanted to use him effectively, he can do some really crazy things. Like what we're doing now. Too bad we can't get a good barrier here. Oh, no, we can. We can still do it right here. A little bit of a weird move, but it gives us what we need. And 1 down. 1 threat down. Actually, we can take a Valkyrie down, too. I think I'll go for it. That brings it to a 2 versus 2. So we're basically even now. Get ourselves the barrier. Take another skull. And that looks like a match. Well, we made a comeback. Oh, 4 skulls in a row. Or was that 3? Regardless, we got every single skull back to back, so I'll take it. That works out. Well, then, that comeback. The comeback is real. And that's the true power of Dragonian Monk. I normally don't use it like that anymore because it's so not time efficient to do so due to 4 times speed. But if you can really start to use Dragonian Monk correctly, it can just absolutely dominate. The problem is it takes way too long to figure out what to do for every single one of his moves, which normally I don't bother doing. But if you really wanted to take the time, Dragonian Monk is one of the best board control troops in the entire game, even better than like a plus shape off of Soothsayer, mainly because an X shape has a lot more. Like for example, you can see that there's these 4 right here. We can actually take this extra turn if we had his ability up right now. What we can do is throw an X shape, like let's say right here, and then that X shape will hit a bunch of stuff and we'll end up moving those down. We can move these 2 down by 2, but then keep those 2 exactly where they are. Or if it was a different situation, we could just move all of them down if we wanted to. If we did like an X down there, boom, then they all move down. But we can just make sure that it goes right there, get the extra turn, and go from there. We could actually still set that up if we wanted to. Oh, he ruined it. We could still go for it for the single yellow pair, but we can't go for it for all the stuff. I guess we'll go for the single. I think we got a skull out of it too. Well, we can just go for the free turn skull, so I guess it's not needed. What else? What else? What can we drag down that's decent? Want to make sure we get 4 barriers wherever we do end up doing this. So let's see. We get the 1, 2, 3. Oh, we could just do 4 right here. That'd be really easy to do then. And we can set up some browns as well. Oh, and never mind. We'd hit through the brown. No! Normally you try going like through the gap to be able to do that, but we'd have to actually hit it. Oh well, I just want those 4 barriers, so we'll go for it. See if we can get KrissTigger up 1 more turn. There we go. It'll get full mana. Get rid of these blues because it uses it too much on its team. One less thing we'll have to worry about. But yeah, for example, there's nothing that his Submerge will do against this team. It doesn't work against the mana burn, it doesn't work against the double hit, and it obviously doesn't work against a single target. Let's poke it. It's not going to be enough to kill, but we can follow with Dragon Soul. What about Shadowblade? What about Shadowblade? Yeah, what about Shadowblade? Shadowblade's a troop I thought was going to be pretty decent, but is actually pretty useless for the most part. The main reason for this is it's just so hard to... It takes too many turns, I think, to really put down his damage. He has a really loopable ability, but it's really bad against Mana Drain. And because so many people have been running like Queen Mabs and Mana Drain and just Mana Burns, it hasn't been viable to really use them. There is a potential in the meta in the future where Shadowblade will just be insane, but in the current state of the game, he's nowhere near it at the moment. He also requires a lot of purple to be on the board, which is something you don't do when you're up against Wisps. You need to do the exact opposite of that and make sure there's no purple on the board, not a lot of purple. The only teams that really run good with all purples don't do true damage, like Elamagrim, for example, like a standard Elamagrim wipe team Is about one of the few purple spam teams. That and all dragons with a shadow dragon are about the 2 purple teams that really get used at the moment. Everything else not really as much. Well, I guess maybe Kraken as well, like a Kraken with a giant spider, but these days it has been ran more with green spam than purple spam, mainly due to Forest Troll, allowing it to be able to be built into different teams. I'll go double the brown here. It's getting a lot of extra turns. Good thing it doesn't have Queen Mab or anything. I'll get that down. Missed the extra turn, but as soon as we start getting him up, we'll be good. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen a Bone Dragon. As you can see, Bone Dragon is absolutely horrifically bad these days, but that's why he doesn't get used as much. Really surprised to see one, though. Yep, so I just got him frozen. I forgot. It applies, even though he has a stun on his thing, it applies the status effect before it applies the stun. So we still got frozen, even though he was technically stunned, but we stunned him after the fact, not prior. A little bit annoying, but every single trait interacts like that. Like, for example, if we try stunning out like a granite skin or something like that, it will end up getting negated. The initial shot will be negated, but all subsequent shots while it's still stunned will not. Alright, so he's going to kill that. That's actually beneficial to me, because now we're not frozen on purple anymore, so we could just start spamming this and probably win. So that worked out. He helped us so much by killing that. And down he goes. His worst mistake was killing our first troop. Look at your question above when you get a chance. What was your question above? Sorry. Need a new good first place. What don't... Wait, what? Need a new good first place. What don't block? Valkyrie and Justice. What has Nimble? Wait, what? I don't understand your question. Are you asking about a first slot in Justice team? Other than Kraken or something else? I know Kraken's pretty popular. Archer class is pretty popular. Assassin class is pretty popular for that team. Corvash is really popular when using it for like defense and stuff. There's not too many other ones though, even though you could use almost everything with it. I guess a Mantis, you can run Soothsayer. Depends really what you want to use. There's a lot of options. There's only a few extremely viable options, but as far as what technically could work, there's almost half the troops in the game could work in first slot on that team. Alright, well, we're gonna move the reds down, double the purples. Also, we almost hit 400 troops in this game, and it's getting close to the 3-year anniversary. I wonder if they're gonna do something simultaneously, because Salty was talking about the 3-year anniversary on her stream, and it is right around the corner. It is quite possible that both will happen simultaneously. The 3-year anniversary plus the 300 troops being in the game at once, because there's a couple different dates that could be considered the 3-year anniversary, and if they do the earliest one, I believe it's sometime mid next month, and around that time we would end up hitting 400 troops in the game, because we're getting another mythic this Friday, which I believe brings it up to 395, if I'm not mistaken, which is only 5 away from the full amount. Today's your 1-year Guild War anniversary. Oh, nice! I heard you mention that earlier during Salty's stream. Very nice. Congratulations. Yeah, my guild ended up doing that a couple months ago. Felt good. 1 full year of a guild. All the dedication. Oh, we almost hit. Oh, I should have got a screenshot when it said all 4s. We were 1 day off of all 4s. It's 445 days. So like 1 year and 2 months, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's been a little while. But yeah, happy 1-year guild anniversary. Hope all has been going well with it. Oh yeah, my guild ended up going down to bracket 2 this week. I mentioned that earlier. We should easily get back up though. We were 2 people down. Also, that reminds me, are we missing any people? Hey! Finally! The first week in ages that we're gonna get a 30-member guild war. We keep losing people, just randomly. But I think we finally stopped losing people. So hopefully we'll keep these 30. We'll win this week in first and then go from there. It doesn't matter if we do win first though. We have to win first or second. Where's Guild Wars? If we go over to Guild Wars, yeah, we just need to get first or second in bracket number 2. Well, I did put us all the way to the bottom. But should be quite doable, I think. Not quite sure which 2 will be the highest. I believe Tough, Unrepentant, and A.W. Ryan, I believe, would be the 2 highest in this guild. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out after like a couple days what will happen there. Oh, that reminds me, did I end up upgrading my guild sentinels yet? No, I did not. Let me go do that before I forget, just so everyone has it, because I probably won't do it in the morning. So let me get it down now for anyone who's doing their Guild War battles in the morning. just so they have some extra stats. Actually, I might be all the way in the bottom bracket of my guild. I wouldn't be surprised if we're actually that low this time around. I believe we will be, mainly because last week was the worst week I ever did in Guild War, ever. I have never scored lower than what I did last week, so basically anything we would do will be an improvement compared to then. But if we go check it real quick, wait, why isn't it? There it is. Yep, for the first time ever, I'm actually in the lowest possible one. It seems my score was just one off, because I believe it orders you based on the score that you end up getting. So we were like one off from getting to Vanguard. This is actually the first time I'm in the lowest rank in my own guild. Fail. It will happen eventually, though. I believe the lowest rank is the bottom 50% of the guild. So that means half our guild ended up doing better than us last week. Does Visk have any good teams at the beginning of the game? No. Visk is 100% useless. I would highly advise not using him. His traits are okay, but they're also relatively expensive, so newer players wouldn't really use him. And once you can actually trait him, he's just not worth using. It seems like he might be okay against like pure yellow team. Maybe if you wanted to run it as a Guild War defend if you had nothing else. But it definitely is not a troop I would bother investing in. The only thing that I think he might be useful for in early game, if you just want to level him a little bit, is if you're up against a double ranger or a triple ranger team, because those are going to be using quite a few vital troops that you need to hit down, and being able to hit them twice plus the burn could be useful. But other than like a ranger spam team, or if they happen to be using a full team of yellow, I don't think you really can get away with using a Visk on your team. Let's see. Well, we'll go move the red over. See if we can get double rounds there. The Honor Guard. I haven't used Honor Guard for a while. I mess around with it sometimes. It's just a high risk, high reward kind of team. Still one of my favorite mythics, though. I do have to say the what's his name, Guard's Avatar. Still pretty decent. I just don't happen to use him that much these days. Annoying against mana drain and stuff like that. What is a good beginning team? Because your brother needs help with a team. Generally, as a newer player, two of the best things you could possibly build is all dragons. There's basically three: all dragons, all goblins, all guardians, I guess, as well. And the other one would be going a ranger rock spirit combo. They are two of the strongest troops that have boost ratios early on in the game. Things like lava elemental, rock spirit, ranger, stuff like that. Anything that gets a ridiculously giant boost ratio is generally what you want to be using early on in the game. The reason is these boost ratios are scaled towards mid game, so using them in early game can be quite potent, since you wouldn't really need to worry as much, because you'd have the higher damage output compared to your enemy if they were using something that didn't have the proper boost ratios on them. Alright, well, we'll go throw that down. What else do we need to move? Throw the double purple. Get a rag, and that is match. Really nice cleanup right there. Is that team you're using obtainable on console? Yes. This team is 100% obtainable on console, though it is pretty unrealistic for anyone to have it on console or on PC Mobile, mainly because it does require two mythics, though it is probably my favorite team in the entire game right now. Rock Troll, Dark Troll, those two are easier to get. Most people will probably have those, particularly mid-game and late-game players. But the two hardest things are Elamagrim and Infernus. They're both mythics. Elamagrim is mainly used within the context of this team, both of them for the most part. They do have some other purposes. Elamagrim can be used occasionally on some dragon teams. There's not really a consistent burner though, but he can also be used with the Yarrow or with a Demostraxia if you happen to not have a Infernus. And Infernus can be used independently on his own. He's particularly good for creating a firestorm, because as soon as you get a kill, he ends up making a firestorm. So he's generally used within the context of red spam teams that require a lot of red to be able to function. And of course, since we're using a pure red team, it ends up working out perfectly for this. Also, I never even intended for this to be a Guild War day kind of thing. It was just a team we ended up making one day, and then it just happened to have covered all red. So it's like, oh yeah, let's just start using this for Red Guild War then. It is pretty bad against freeze, I do have to say, and a lot of people are running freeze right now, but other than that, it's pretty decent. Also, I took that the wrong way. I should have taken that so we had the chance. Oh, and now I just give them all the blues, fail. But I should have taken that in a way that gave us a chance to get the brown surge. Instead, I gave it a chance to get a blue surge, which we don't actually use. So that wasn't as needed. We got the extra turn there. Didn't get as much mana. I'm going to take a 4 times here. That might seem a little bit weird, but I take it because I want to keep more purple on the board. We didn't need that excess mana, so there's no point in taking it. And that's match. Oh, come on, cast. And down he goes. Hello, Vangor. Welcome. Is that team you're using? Oh, never mind. I already answered that. Also, Vangor, there's a new mythic coming out next week that you might kind of like. Or it's not exactly a gorilla, but it's about the closest thing that they've added yet. It's a Urskaya dragon, or an Urska dragon. It looks kind of interesting. It's in the thumbnail, actually. I kind of spoiled what it already looks like, though. Some people have probably already seen the troop art for it from other spoilers. But yeah, the little thing all the way to the left side, I believe, of the thumbnail for the stream that we're doing right now is the new mythic that's coming, I believe, this Friday, or should be, unless they're like randomly delaying it for whatever reason. But we can finally throw some keys. We haven't gotten to throw keys for a while, which in a way is somewhat a good thing, because the longer interval between new content, the easier it is to get that new content. So in a way, that's actually somewhat beneficial. But still, it's nice getting new content like that. I think it's been about a month and a half since we got a mythic, and it's definitely been, I think, like almost 3 months since we got the new kingdom. But we are getting that new kingdom hopefully soon. I did say that it might be delayed a little bit because they're trying to get a bunch of bug fixes and stuff. So even though we've been saying like October 20th is likely the day that the new kingdom's coming out, it is possible that it will get pushed back just a little bit. We'll have to see. But new mythic definitely coming out this Friday, that is for sure. And it's going to determine if Urskas are going to be good or not. Based on what I've seen of it so far, though, it could be changed. It does look like a very good troop, though oddly enough, it doesn't really seem to synergize with Urskas that much. It just seems to be a really good troop that you would just end up using. Hey, we got an Orion. That is 100% useless, but we got one. A Legends. Useless Legends. That's the only thing I hate about legendary tasks. The people that actually need legendary tasks don't even have access to them. Mainly because they cost quite a bit. They cost 1 million per legendary task. Not only that, but you need to have every single task already done before you can do them. They don't have as good of a value as most tasks, but they do have the chance of giving legends and mythics as direct drops, which can be quite useful, of course. I'm going to deliberately not take my mana because we're going to lose it anyway, so there's no point in removing my own mana from the board. Let him get a skull, which deals 0 mana for once, so we don't need to deal with that. Looks like we're going troll right now. Unfortunately, gonna make sure he does not get his ability here. Okay, we're safe, barely. Throw that down. Do we land it? Yes, we do. Double the purple. Get that rolling. Nice, nice. Element Grim. Keep spamming. What else? What else? Double the round. Boom. Element Grim first? Sure, we'll go throw the Element Grim first. Nice. Get another Ellie. And another Ellie. And let's match. There we go. You just crafted your first famine from the Soulforge? Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I did mention that earlier. I know some people have been waiting for famine. Personally, I would still wait for the Fair Shra, but famine is definitely a really good utility if you want to get them. It's one of the few things that is finally craftable by people that people might actually want to get. So yeah, definitely consider getting a famine if you want one. Really good mana drainer. Really good mana drainer. Really high damage, single target damage output as well. Decent traits, though. Traits were nerfed. Only its aspect of famine is particularly useful these days, but still an okay troop in that regard. And other than that, it's mainly just used for its mana drain. You feed it mana really quickly, you then get that full mana drain on all enemies, and it basically just completely bottlenecks them. Particularly if they have like 15 or higher mana cost, they're almost never going to be able to get ability off against a famine, particularly a player-owned famine. And if they don't have any mana drain of their own, it's ridiculously easy to keep throwing them down. Let's see. The Doomclaw is a demon. Oh, is it a Daemon Urska? Aw. I thought it was a dragon thingy. It has wings. I guess they're Daemon wings. I thought they were dragon wings. Aw. Well, that's unfortunate. Though that does make sense. Almost every mythic in the game, if you guys haven't noticed, is either a Daemon or Divine. Very few of them are neither. As you can see, even this one is a Daemon. This one is a Divine. I think there's only like 3 mythics, if even that aren't a mythic or divine. Actually, let me go check. I'm kind of curious now. But almost every single one is one or the other. So that would make sense. Do dungeons with 3 times peasants and bone dragon? Really? I guess we can go do that. Why not? I don't see why not. Okay, so let's go and let's go do that. I still haven't done them yet today, so might as well. Dungeons. Oh, we're up against full freeze though. That's gonna be a little annoying to use this against, but sure, let's go try it. Triple peasant with let's see, peasant, and what else do we need? Dual peasants, and we need. Oh wait, never mind. We need a triple peasant. What am I doing? Oops. How did I spell peasant wrong? Oh, I forgot the A. Peasant and a bone dragon. And get herself a brown purple, even though that doesn't work as good. No! I miss the days when we can just 2-turn a bone dragon with brown purple. Yeah, bone dragon's pretty useless these days, but we will go use them as suggested, see what we can do. If nothing else, the peasants will be able to get that last little bit of things. Where can we see Doomclaw? I don't believe I have the link saved at the moment. Does anyone have the link that goes over the most recent info we know on Gloomclaw? I don't have it bookmarked or anything. Okay. What do we do here? Is a skull enough damage? No, because of granite skin. Or is it? Because we can get 1 poke. Our damage will be reduced to 13. Oh, never mind. That's not going to be nearly enough. Never mind. Not even close. But that is. Now to use the peasant power to get our mana that we need. You know what? We could just hit that for 2 brown and then do it again for 2 brown. Strategy. Well then, let's go tear apart that. Nice. What other things can we go mess around with? I don't think we have anything else that's particularly good. We'll just go for the mana. There we go. And we'll go take another bone dragon. Oh, wait, he doesn't have any armor. Well, it still hits. There we go. Doesn't matter if he has any armor. Okay. Christine next time with a Justice. It could be a little annoying if the Justice starts triggering. Wolfgarrick, Xenos, and Draculus are the exceptions, you think. The non-divine Daemon Mythics. Okay, so I was right when I said 3. Aha! That was actually a complete guess, but I knew it was around a few of them. Yeah, only 3 out of like 18 or so that are in the game don't have Divine or Daemon on them. So it's pretty common. You can pretty much just guess before one even comes out that's going to be a Divine or a Daemon. Divines don't really have too many troops. I think Divines are almost like 1/3 Mythic at this point. But Daemons are one of the biggest categories actually within the game as this current moment in time. Also, why on earth am I doing right now? I should have just taken those 3 purples right there. So, yeah, this is a complete waste of a move. They need to add a cancel button. I still don't understand why they don't have one yet. Oh, we need one. That'd be very useful in times like those, when mess-ups have been made. Okay, we got our Bone Dragon. See what he ends up doing. I don't want to use it yet, though, because he only has, like, 0 HP. 0 HP! What do we move here? Ideally, what I want to do here is take a double blue plus a skull. But we don't have that. I could just take a double blue, I guess, but that would be almost pointless. I need a double blue skull. I need a skull to be there or there, and we could be good to go. I can't take this because we'll be 1 mana short if I do that. And I can't throw a Bone Dragon because that'd be a complete waste if I do that now. That didn't quite help us at all. Nothing has progressed in the board to assist us in this. Come on, move that over. Okay, so we take that skull, he'll die. And now we can start doing things with Bone Dragon. So we'll go aim at this one. Overkill the first lot. And nope, no peasants to use. We'll just go take a skull that doesn't give it a skull. Wait, what? Oh, you get to summon 3 Silver Drakes. I forgot. I'm not used to them being able to summon. So, that threw me off for a moment. It's like, wait, 3 of them. Let's see. Okay, we'll just take some blues. Wish it was a surge. Oh no, 1 of them died. Come back, peasants. We need you. Also, I think we lose. For the obvious reason of what we're using. We could try for a skull off the top, I guess. I mean, not a skull, a brown. Didn't get it. Or at least not where I needed it. Again, I could try for... Well, that time it would be a skull if we wanted to. Let me just go for the purple. Oh, nope, gave him a skull. Come on, Bone Dragon, you're almost there. You're almost there. Let's go take a blue. Get yourself another peasant to use. Try this over and try for a skull. Nice. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Nope, no good moves. I'll just move that, I guess. Sure. We'll do the suggested move for once. I could try for brown and the double yellow, so we'll try for both. See if we get either. And nope, a random red out of nowhere. Well, oh well. We're frozen right now. But that should be enough damage to kill. And it is indeed. Ow. The triple cast. Yeah, this isn't going to be winnable with this team. A KrissTigger will be almost unkillable with frontline damage, since we have to keep killing through an entire army of these things every single time. Also, we're about to lose Peasant. How can I do this without losing Peasant? There we go. Nope, this is going to be unkillable. Let's just use a normal team and kill through them all. Well, I tried doing it all with that, but it's going to be almost impossible, since we do frontline damage, and this thing just keeps summoning frontline tanks the entire time. So we'll just kill them in a matter of seconds real quick. Oops, that's not the team I meant to use, but I guess we'll use it since we already clicked on it. The double KrissTigger, double Dragon Soul. There we go, we already got it rolling on turn 2. And now we pretty much win. Throw it on Browns. Didn't cascade it, fail. Let's see. Yeah, that was actually a pretty big fail there. There we go. Saved the fail. And one KrissTigger can kill that. Doesn't matter where it goes. Down it goes. Yeah, 9 of the 25 divines are mythic. Okay. You crafted Famine today and got Death and Glory keys. Great day. Oh, really nice. Very lucky Glory key. Yeah, it's always good finding something nice in a Glory key. You're just like opening some of them expecting like just maybe to get a new legend or something. And then you just randomly get a mythic. I hope that happens to one of my other accounts. So far, every Let's Play account I have ever done has gotten more than... Actually, surprisingly, every Let's Play account I made so far has gotten over 2 mythics, or 2 or more mythics, before level 100. So far, the account I'm doing now is doing the worst in its luck. It hasn't gotten a single one yet, and I believe it's approaching level 50 very soon. So we will not be able to get one prior to level 50. We did end up doing that on our very first Let's Play account, but that very first one was deliberately being kept as a low level for experimentation purposes. So that was one of the reasons why. It actually had 3 mythics, so I'm not mistaken. It had War, it had Elma Grimm, and it had one other one. I forgot exactly what it was off the top of my head. I know for sure it had something. There we go. Well, we get all those little shards and stuff. Currently not really much to go and craft out of these though, other than those little things that are probably going to be buffed in the future. Because once you run out of all the weapons to throw your colors on, the only thing you have to throw colors on are these little Traitstone thingies. Or not Traitstone thingies, actually they're complete opposite of that. They give you a random troop based on that color. They're like a gem key that doesn't give you any Traitstones, and will just give you a specific color troop. So this will give us any brown, ultra rare or higher, any purple, ultra rare higher, so on and so forth. The only problem is they cost 100 souls as well. I really wish they had like a 50 soul cost or something, or even a 25 or none. I do feel like this 100 soul cost is a bit too high for these kind of things. You already have to throw these resources at it, and even if you happen to get a legend is worth, I believe 100 souls, or is it 50? It might not even be worth that many. I don't even remember how much it's worth these days. But you're throwing more souls than a troop is even worth. So if you get something that you don't need, you're just completely wasting your resources. It's good. It's okay for newer players, but it was really poorly scaled for later in the game. I believe they're going to be addressing that in the future and like changing it, how you can use them to basically like farm specific commons and stuff like that. But in this current state, it's set up pretty badly. And that's the only thing that you can really throw excess colors on, so there's almost no point. You can also throw it on Celestial Traitstones, but a good majority of people, particularly in late game, have more Celestial Traitstones than they'll ever know what to do with. So that's not really that needed. Where to go? Go put down some browns. Can I get a mythic using those summoning stones? Yes, it is possible to get a mythic. You can get every rarity from ultra rare and higher from those. I have yet to see one because I've only opened, I think, like 2 or 4 of them. But it is, yes, it is indeed possible to get a mythic. I'm not sure if anyone has ever reported getting one, mainly because barely anyone even opens them. But the devs did end up saying that at some point, that it just gives everything from ultra rare and higher, and that would include, of course, mythics as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if under 1,000 of them have even ever been used in this game's history so far. Because they're pretty poor value, unless you're earlier on in the game. Maybe some newer players happen to do it, but that's about the furthest that they really go. So maybe more than 1,000, maybe about 1 million. But a good majority of people who are opening them are below like level 100, who can't afford the weapons, who need those troops badly because they don't really have much of a inventory of troops built up yet. I'll be doing them on my other account soon, once we actually unlock all of them. I'll probably be doing it. I'm saving them for a specific video, though, to kind of, like, go over them. Because a lot of people have probably never even opened them before. Let's see. Queen Aurora was the 3rd mythic on the second account. Oh, yes, it was Queen Aurora. Thank you for that. You have better memory on that than me. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. And we were going to mess around using Queen Aurora and Elamagrim together. I remember that. The War Elamagrim, War Elamagrim Aurora all together. It didn't end up working that well, though, because our Aurora wasn't traded. We didn't have anywhere near enough to trade any of them. So we didn't have the attack reduction, we didn't have the extra manas or anything like that, so the team didn't really work out for us. Though we did have, like, one of the most insane triple combos you can really make out of mythics. As far as how powerful they were. We just didn't have the traits to actually afford them, unfortunately. The figure is that we would get a bunch of the trait-dependent ones. Particularly Queen Aurora is very, very trait-dependent. I personally would not bother ever using her if you don't have her fully traded. All her value comes from her final trait. Her ability is pretty average as far as what it does, and the only reason you really particularly use her is due to how much mana you actually obtain from the final trait on her. So we'll go throw that down. Hopefully get the Elamagrim rolling. We are very low mana short, so we'll go throw that down. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me go do a redeem code. Almost forgot to go do that. We do have one. Let me go get that out in a second. I'll go find it. Actually, I'll go find it after this battle. Let's see. Go move that down. And there we go. Okay, let me go find it real quick. Let me see. Redeem code, redeem code. She did just give me more, so we do have those. Which is good, because I just ran out the other day. Oops, I'm not even on the forum right now. There it is. I accidentally opened up the game code section, but I didn't open up the forum. Fail. Because that's not where the redeem codes are. Oh, 1 second. Let me go get it. Let me copy all of these that she gave me earlier so I can go and put them in a little area. Copy these. Let's see, did she give us any special ones? And let's see, what do we have here? I'll just give the very first one in the line. It's a random one. So I'll give out this little guy. Let's see, where is the interface now? The struggles of getting through this. I still need to do that one day. If any of you have seen, or actually you can't see it, but the interface that I'm using in my stream software right now is so cluttered with a lot of unneeded tabs from that I used to use when I used to stream on Twitch. But now I don't need like 50% of them. And now they're just like cluttering my entire interface right now. Somewhere in all of this mess is... I kept them invisible just out of the slight chance that I might ever do it again. But I'll probably just make a copy of it and then get rid of all the ones that are in here. That would likely work. There it is, found it. Well, I had the code the entire time, it's just I didn't know where the thingy was. There we go. Okay, so, redeem code's in. Let me go center that some, because it's going to bother me to no end if it's not centered. I wish there was a centering button. There actually isn't a way to do that in this program. But there we go. 2WT667TWBJ is the code. You use this on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. I'll go get a link for it in a second, as well as the code if you just want to copy and paste it. Oops, why did the copy paste not work? There we go. So let me go put this in the chat right there, and boom, there's the code. There is the place that you use it. let me also go and use it myself. So, oh, also your invite code. Let me go show where the invite code is. Most of you probably already know by now, but if you go under settings, whatever your invite code says right there is what you end up using it. You use it for a lot of stuff, so do keep it referenced. So we'll go put that in, boom, put in our code, say that we're not a robot, redeem, and success. And that gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's go see what we get from the 1 gem key. What do we get? Anything good? We get the winged bison. This thing has been useless. It's the same thing that it was when it was first released. I never really understood why they added this troop. It transforms all purple gems to red, and then a 40% chance to summon a winged bison, boosted by transformed. Wait, what? Wait. What does that boost ratio go to? Wait, now I'm confused. Wait, since when did this thing have a boost ratio? 40% chance to summon a winged bison, boosted by gems transformed. Wait, has that always been a thing? I guess it makes the percent chance higher? Or does it summon multiple bisons? Now I'm confused. It was a troop that I know is definitely dead content. The second it was added. But that's confusing, the way that is just worded. Redeem code isn't working for you? Oh, I believe it has to do with some kind of regional thing. Salty ended up saying why that's occurring on her stream. I forget specifically what she ended up saying, though. But yeah, I'm not aware of why that isn't working for some people. Alright, well, we'll go throw down Elam Grim, double the purples, and go from there. They could also accidentally have put a boost ratio on it during some kind of patch. They might have changed it during Unity and made it similar to what the console version was. That could have been what happened with it, because I don't recall it ever having a boost ratio ever. I could always check the old video on it too to see what was up with it. Alt site is no longer works. Go here. Oh yeah, if you used to keep tabs on the old Gems of War webpage, they made the page slightly different now. So if you have the previous one bookmarked, it wouldn't work. But yeah, the link I posted in the chat should still be the same thing as always. Or, you know, the one that works. Doesn't the redeem code work for console? Oh yeah, the redeem code doesn't work for console. There's some legal things with that that's preventing them from doing that, so that's the main thing there. They may eventually have it, but they haven't been able to get past the legal side of being able to do things like that on PS4 or on Xbox One. So that's one of the main reasons why they haven't been able to do that. Oops, why did I do that to him? Or give it to him? But anyways, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not obtainable on console. It may be in the future, but at this current moment in time, it is not. Only PC and mobile can claim it. Okay, well, we'll go double the browns. Get ourselves the double purple if it's available. Looks like very few on the board. I'm willing to risk it, though. You know what? Let's actually double purple. I mean, double brown first. Just to get up a... No, don't drain. Okay, good. He did single target drain. Wow, both of them are horrible. Let's just hope it lands. Ooh, I got it to land, kind of. No extra turn, but we got Elam Grim's mana. Only problem is he drained it after. Okay, double these browns. Please land. Nope. Okay. That's a fail. Could be bad. I need to win this turn. Move that up. Get our manas. Move that down. Get our manas. Double the browns. Get our manas. And then we should win from there. Ah, we missed. We missed. No, he killed our core troop. Luckily, we could still win with Infernus in this instance. So we'll throw the Infernus in a second. Probably right now. Nice, nice. And yeah, that's pretty much match. Okay, all is saved. Oh, Tacet, scroll up. Sorry, what did you say? Tacet, why don't you change your defense team for the events? Oh, I don't know. I just keep using the same defend over and over again. I guess I could change it real quick. Let's see, what is this event? This event is to kill a bunch of undead, right? I believe it is. Let me go see. Yeah, let's go change our defend for the event. Yeah, kill a bunch of undead in PvP or in Explore. The easiest way currently to do this, though, is to go to Golvania, go to Explore. Almost, I think, literally every time so far I've faced this, it has been 3 copies. You can even get some 4s. It's really, really nice. A great way to get these killed, and I feel like this is probably the easiest way they can get around it. But yeah, I'll go set my defend team as a bunch of undead. Might as well see what we can build out of it. I could go use the new mythic with a bunch of random undeads just for fun. So we'll go move that down. Go through a bomb bot. I'm still going to try making the strongest undead team I can make, though. There we go. And then we just get a bunch of event gems from that. That's probably the easiest way to go around about doing it. Oh, good. We end up getting a red-purple trait stone from that, too. That was pretty lucky. Yeah, every single time. I don't know why. 3 every single time. It's really nice. But it's mainly because Golvania is almost entirely undead. But yeah, let's go make a defend team related to all undead. Oh, wait. Wait. I can't do that. I forgot. I believe I have my... You know, I need to just keep making sure I set my defend teams for Guild Wars. I keep not doing that. I believe it's defaulted to the... Yeah, I can't actually change my defend team because it's what I use for Guild Wars. Well, I need to go find a different one then. Let's see. I don't have a team that I can put it over. That's the only problem. I'm using almost every slot I have. Let's see. I don't think I'm using this one. It's only... Oh, yes, I am. It's a Scion Christine X with the other thing that I need for Guild Wars. Yeah, I'll go through it later and try doing something with it. But every slot we have, we currently use for something. I could probably overwrite the ones I use for like the videos or something later on. But yeah, I'll make sure to switch it to some kind of weird undead team just for fun. Let's go get some turtle 2 times trait stones. Wow, that's a lot of T's. Turtle 2 times trait stones. Actually, that's all T's. There we go. Turtle 2 times trait stones. That's what we'll call this week. That needs to be the title for the next stream we do. Actually, I should totally name it that now. Submerge and turtle 2 times trait stones. And turtle... Oops, I have cap lock on. From earlier. Turtle 2 times trait stones. There we go. Perfect title. Alliteration for the win. Let's see. What do we move? I don't really need those yellows at all. Take the blue, which we're not frozen on. The only problem with facing Krakens is he can easily remove our barriers, which obviously we do not want to have happen. How do we go about this? I can double move this down, and that will move down by 1, so that will give us some skulls if we do it anywheres here. I need to make sure I don't accidentally hit one of the skulls though, so we can do it right here, and this will give us a skull pair right there. Now we can get a Submerge. Do we want the Submerge though? There's nothing that Submerge works for on his entire team. It doesn't work against Queen Mab, it doesn't work against Kraken's full AoE, so it definitely doesn't work on his ability. So there's nothing we actually get value out of with it. Okay, you can double green. I should probably go target this on greens. Go get the skull, or not. He just doubles the barely any greens on the board. It's perfectly fine. Basically did nothing. Let me take the skull so we can kill Kraken number 1 whenever we want with the Submerge. We don't actually get to use the Submerge. Oh, never mind. We can clear it with full AoE. That'll work too. So we'll get that down. We are using all Dragon Team, so we do get 20 damage per Shadow Dragon cast. I mean, not Shadow Dragon, per Dragon Soul cast, I mean. And that is match. There we go. And get the Submerge right at the end. The only thing I hate about the Submerge is you can't really see the troop that well when it has the effect on it. Well, it's a little hard, but it does look pretty cool. It'll probably look really nice on the aquatic creatures when it comes out in the Merlantis Kingdom. Play against yours, Fun Undead team. Where are you? JZG. I don't even know if I'm in global chat now. Whenever I do videos, I generally tend to turn off chat because some people are annoyed with chat being on in the background like that. So I just keep it off. Also, if someone just says something ridiculously random, it won't go into the recording. So that will work too. That's the other reason I end up doing it. Oh, there's JZG. Thank you. Let's see. What are you using? Crimson Bats, Captain Skullbeard, Def, and Xenos. I was planning on doing something with Oriali plus Xenos. It's a surprisingly decent combo because they both do true damage and they both synergize as far as like their typing and everything. So it ends up being pretty nice. Also, thank you, Pedro Pequeno. Pequeno? I'm not good at Spanish. But thank you for the subscribe. Much appreciated. And takes Spanish all through high school. Still knows no Spanish. I also took some sign language in college and still basically know no sign language. I don't retain languages that well, apparently. I think the biggest problem is I don't use either of them in everyday life because I don't know a single person that uses sign language or Spanish on a regular basis. I did for a little while I was working in like the restaurant. But there was very few. I think there was like 2 people there that spoke a little bit of Spanish, but normally they would just speak English for the most part. Let's see. Oh, this will work against Crimson Bat. Yay. Will he keep his barrier is my question. He should. He should. Well, now he won't, obviously, but... Wait, I want him to cast. Let's not kill him deliberately. Please, use your ability. Stop holding your ability. I want to see you cast it. I can't use Dragon Soul until he uses it. Stop it. Please, use Crimson Bat already. Why on earth are you holding it? I wonder if the AI knows that Submerge exists on the troop and is holding it for that purpose. What on earth just happened there? That was weird. It moves back when it tries to get hit by it. That's interesting. Kind of cool. It like dodges the cast. You have like a little animation thing for it. That's cool. I think that's the first time I've even seen a Submerge even do anything. Because it's so situational when it can actually even function. There's some teams it will be really good against, but in most battles it's going to do almost nothing. Play against your fun undead. Wait, didn't I already do that? Oh, never mind. I'm doing that now. I'm like rereading the chat I already did. This is still your defense team. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting team. And we got to do the dodge on it. And down it goes this skull. Yep, there we go. No EXP, no nothing. Though, one interesting thing about fighting people, for any of you that don't know, I believe it's still the case. I haven't actually tested it recently. But if you needed 250 kills on your hero class, one of the absolute quickest ways that you can do that, if you wanted to use really any class, would be to go and have someone in your guild set their defend team as basically 4 of whatever level 1 troop or level 5 troop that they happen to have, and then just use that hero class against it. Because even though you get no resources from doing a casual battle, it does count for a hero class win towards your weapon that you need. I believe it also counts as a Soulforge win as well for every troop you kill. I'm not 100% certain on that though. I need to test that again later to double check. But I believe you can level your Soulforge and your hero class with it. I know for sure hero class used to be possible. Not quite sure if it still is though. Never tested it for Soulforge though. Her dad took Spanish in high school. All he remembers in Spanish is how to say stuff like, I'm going to the library and where are the novels? Wait, why would you learn where are the novels as a thing? Let's see. Also, I found it really funny. At the end of high school, I was going to the Academy for Art, Sciences, and Technology, and one of the things that we had to do for basically the major that we ended up taking in high school was do like this presentation, and I ended up doing it for digital communications. Basically did like a bunch of stuff on color theory, and I was like referencing one of the people that was like in the judge panel, because we had to get like a bunch of people in the judge panel, and one of them was my Spanish teacher because she really liked me. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be ridiculously easy. She'll give me a perfect score pretty much because she already favors me. So yeah, I just did that, and she ended up asking something like in Spanish, and it was something that we actually learned. And since I wasn't like expecting this during like this whole thing, I was like, what did you just say? It was such an awkward moment because I was just like froze for like it felt like forever, but just like completely froze. It's like, wait, wait, I don't know. It was pretty funny. Let's see. Where do I move? Where do I go? Let's go take that out. Hello, Hector. Welcome. Doing pretty well. Earlier today, you were playing Akinator. Wait, Akinator? What is an Akinator? You didn't exist in its database. Wait, what? I don't know what you just said. Let's see. Could you update farming teams for gold souls? Soul farming teams are exactly the same. Gold farming teams are basically the best teams video that I do for every single version. I didn't bother doing one for version 3.1 because even though it's version 3.15 right now, I still consider the current version as 3.1, mainly because almost no change occurred between now and then. So I still consider it basically the same version right now. I will be doing the best teams video probably in a couple weeks or so. Likely before Merlantis, actually. Mainly because the meta most likely will change a little bit between now and Merlantis. But I believe they're going to be adding a new patch before Merlantis, so I would need to get it out before then. Ideally, I would wait for Merlantis, but I can almost guarantee that there's going to be a patch before it. Though there might not, but based on what Salty was saying on the most recent stream they did, it does seem like they're going to be doing some kind of patch before then. Which means the kingdom might be delayed some. Oh, don't you dare Infernus again. Well, we have 6 HP. Never mind, 3 HP to deal with here. We could still win with that, though it's going to be really hard to do so. I'm going to leave this on the board. I don't need to take them. Oh, yes, I do. I get 2 HP off them. Oh, wait, we're frozen. No! No, fail. I forgot. We're frozen right now. Can I make an updated video on guild tasks? Yeah, I think I can. The only problem is we don't have data on tributes. We have 0 data right now on tributes from what I last recall. If the community can compile some of that, I could probably do a video on it. But the only thing we currently know is guild tasks. I did do a video kind of going over it when they end up changing it, kind of updating on it. I didn't make it all look all nice. All I did was kind of just go over what was already posted. But we currently have 0 data on what the legendary task has been changed to relative to before. So I wouldn't be able to actually cover that. And since I kind of already did a video going over it, it's buried a little bit probably by now. But as soon as it changed, I did a video going over basically what all the tasks end up changing to for the guild tasks. Okay, what do we get rid of here? We'll move the blue. Actually, let me just get rid of blue. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Cast it. One less thing to deal with. He's still going crazy though. Green, 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 blue, 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 yellow, yellow, yellow. All the colors. Okay, we'll just move that over. And take the purple, get our crystallized, get the dragon soul, throw it down. Make sure the Kraken doesn't destroy us. Probably a bad idea having Dragon Soul in last slot. Should have like Dragonian Monk there or something when we're up against Krakens. Should be good though because oh no. Okay, good, he didn't devour. If he would have devoured there, we could have actually lost. Oh, let's go get our poke. Get the Submerge, which works against nothing on his entire team. You know, I wonder if we only had 2 troops left, would it dodge his attack? I haven't tested that yet either. I know for sure it won't when there's 3 alive. I don't believe it will work against them, but I'm kind of curious. If a troop that hits multiple targets, and there's that many targets available on the enemy team, if it'll dodge it. I believe it only works against full AoE though. Like Dragon Soul, Draculus, Crimson Bat, stuff like that. Christine X. Oh wait, I thought the battle was done. I didn't see he got the summon fail. He's just standing there. He's like, oh, come on, do your turn already. And okay, we get a Submerge, poke him. And poke. Actually, let me move that over. There we go, there's the poke. Oh, it does dodge? Aha, interesting. So it could be like a good last survival then. Wait, if you only have 1 troop, will it dodge a single target spell? That would be kind of interesting. Ooh, Dawnbringer. We'd be able to dodge that. Hey, it countered the Dawnbringer. He's an ultra rare too, isn't he? Oh, sweet. They actually added a... I didn't even notice that. They basically added a counter to Dawnbringer. Unintentionally / intentionally. For anyone who has been wanting to counter Dawnbringer in Arena, you would have to draft him specifically since he's the only Submerge currently in the game. But even when they add more, it has to be ultra rare or higher. But yeah, you can use him in Arena, and if you end up drafting him, you'd have a way to have basically make it so you will never be able to be hit by Dawnbringer. He'd still get barriers and everything, whoever you end up using it against, or whoever, they used it against you. But you at least have a way to counter it now. That's kind of nice. Okay, well, we'll go through that over. Get our barriers. Barrier for everything. All the barriers. Go take the purple. Get yourself a Dragon Soul. Go from there. There's the Dawnbringer. Oh, he doesn't have Submerge yet, though. No! I wonder if there will be a troop that will start to get Submerge Submerge a random ally on 4x matches. That could be quite potent. That would actually change the meta quite a bit as far as what gets used. Because you would almost not be able to use all dragon teams against them and a few other kind of types of teams. Mainly because they'd be unkillable if you could just submerge an entire team. That would be a really, really powerful trait. Or at least in some instances. In others, it would be almost useless. But that could have potential if you get like a full submerged team. 4x Dragon Turtle. I actually only own one at the moment. I probably should go buy a little bit more. Haven't bought a lot of him because I don't feel like we're going to be needing a lot of him. After this week, I'm probably never going to be using him again because the Merlantis Submerges are almost guaranteed to be better than the Dragon Turtle. So there isn't much of a use in using the current already existing Dragon Turtle. And I'm trying to save as much glory as I possibly can for when Kingdoms start hitting 9 and 10 stars. The 4 and 5 blue stars. Once they start hitting that, we're going to be needing to throw basically all of our glory and getting every troop that ever comes out to Mythic immediately, just so we'll be able to get up to stars. I'll probably start doing that once like half the kingdoms start reaching 9 blue stars. I'll probably start to fully max out every single event troop that ever gets released. I'm hesitant to do that right now, mainly because if I start doing that right now, we'll be down to 0 glory within a couple months, and it's going to be way more than a couple months before we even reach 9 stars, let alone the 5 blue stars, which is going to be the new max. I'm really curious how that's going to pan out when we do reach that, because the late game players, like super late game players like me, who have basically everything in the entire game, are going to start having a lot more stats than other late game players, mainly because every single kingdom will eventually be able to go to +2, and people who are basically the late game now, who don't have like absolutely everything, are going to have like a noticeable stat line difference compared to people the very top, like 0.1%, almost 1%, that have like the almost everything like maxed out, like what we have right now, due to having a ridiculous excess of resources. Let's see. So you were wondering that too. Only 1 arcane in like 40 fights. But you have been farming on Zhejian for 40 minutes. You have 0 arcanes, really? Generally, it is about a 1 in 16 battles, if you are doing Explore, will be an arcane. If you're doing battles that aren't Explore, then 1 every 40 does seem pretty normal. Because it's about a 3% chance when not doing an Explore. In Explore, it's about a 8 to 9-ish% chance, somewhere around that general ballpark. Yeah. It can happen, though. You can get dry streaks. I know on one of my other accounts, I was trying to farm a brown-yellow or brown-green for an hour. And it took like an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. But you have to basically track how many wins you're doing, not really by hourly time, generally. But yeah, it shouldn't take that long, especially if you're doing Explore. 1 in 15 battles, 1 in 16 battles is generally the average that you will end up reaching when constantly doing that. Sometimes you can get a little bit unluckier than that, but it shouldn't take too much more than that. You also want to try to make sure that you're winning at least 2 battles every minute if you can form a team like that. It is possible to win over 3 battles per minute with proper teams, but as long as you can do 2+, it should be fine as far as the rate at which you are doing it. And for that, you can use either like an Elspeth Bombot or Valkyrie Rowain, or there's many different options that you can use depending on what you like. Hey, a double brown-purple again. Didn't we get that earlier? What's with all the brown-purple? I don't mind. I think I actually need some brown-purples. It's actually quite convenient that we keep getting brown-purples. That reminds me, what are our trait stone amounts these days? Let's see. Yeah, we have over 100 of every arcane except green-yellow. So it looks like we need to go farm green-yellows. Yeah, it was a little bit low on brown-purple, so it's nice that we're getting it. Yeah, what kingdom is green-yellow? Let me see. It's Pan's Veil, I believe, which would make sense why I don't have that many, because I basically never use this kingdom ever. So that does make perfect sense that I don't have any here. Well, yeah, I'll mess with that later, I guess. We'll go... I want to try keeping Forever every single one of my fields up above 100 for arcanes, just in case something random ever gets added to the game that requires a lot. Not to mention, every mythic that ever gets added requires 42 arcane trait stones, 21 of 2 different ones. And that can really start eating through your arcane trait stones if you're planning on doing literally every one of them, which is what we currently do. Because that means every month we basically chew through, just through that, 42 of our arcanes. Not to mention, they might start adding mythics through the Soul Forge as well. And if they do end up adding new mythics via that method, we are going to have a little bit of a struggle with that too. That's for sure. Okay, well, let's go throw down the Dragon Soul there. Get all that rolling. Get a nice KrissTigger here if we can. Maybe on the red. Just one less thing for his wisps to take so we don't end up getting hit by that. Too bad this thing doesn't have like anti-charm. It's like, if you're submerged, you cannot be affected by charm. Yay! I wish that was a thing. That totally needs to be a new feature of the thing. The only problem is it dispels, so never mind. That wouldn't even do anything, even if they did do that. I forgot. Wisp, stop being so overpowered. I'm trying to make a new counter for you, and not even that counter would work because you have cleanse. I mean, not cleanse, dispel, which is basically reverse cleanse. Well, I'll go take that skull. Oh no, this is the only problem with this. I don't really understand the concept of stone skin on him. Because every single time he takes a skull, he's going to lose his Submerge. So it's really bad value to even have him up front on your team. Okay, let's get this off before he dies. And then Dragon Soul it. Actually, let's take a skull. Oh no, he loses his Submerge. Every time, I keep forgetting. No, he's down. Okay, I'm not going to bother using the shield. I'm just going to Dragon Soul it. One more Dragon Soul will be match. If we can just get that, we win. Yeah, we'll take the red. That gives us the full mana. And now we just have to kill that guy. Nice, nice. Another Dragon Soul. He actually has enough damage to kill. No! No! Why didn't you revive? Wow, the summon actually got us. So the little guy right there. He had enough damage. And he knocked us out. Fail. Oh well. Let's go back to the trolls. All the trolls. Rock Troll, Dark Troll. Yesterday night, you've got 3 arcanes on 3 battles in a row. Wow, that is very lucky. I don't think that has ever happened to me. I've gotten 2 in a row before. I don't think I've ever gotten 3 in a row. That is very, very rare. Throw down the browns. It is possible, though. Go move the browns. Double the purples. Double the browns. Double the purples. Nah, actually, let's throw Element Grim here in case it misses. I've been trying to throw the Element Grims first because there's so many dangerous things that get used right now in purple that I want to get the damage applied in case it just misses. Particularly in Guild Wars, I like to do that in that order. Even though technically it has a better chance of hitting with Dark Troll. The only problem is if it ends up missing with Dark Troll, you lose so much of your value, particularly in the context of Guild Wars. It doesn't matter as much in PvP, but still, I make it a habit in PvP just so I do it correctly in Guild Wars when I end up using it. Just because it works a little bit better for maintaining a couple 100 points if you do it across all your battles every single red day. Hey, another Xenos. Haven't been seeing too many of him, surprisingly. We could technically keep him alive and like keep summoning a weak troop and then have him keep killing that weak troop, though that would take forever. Probably more time than it would to actually go and kill it. But there's a potential that he could give us a couple free undead kills from the summons that he ends up doing, since he does summon quite a few troops. I really wish his thing was consistently summoning like 3 troops, though that probably would be too overpowered. Or maybe consistently summoning 2 or something, I don't know. But I don't know, the random factor on that's just the only thing, one of the few things that really annoys me with it. Because not only do you need to get a kill, which is something that Sir Gawain doesn't need to do, but you also get a completely random amount. So if you have 3 slots left, he's the only one left. There's a very slim chance that you would actually end up filling all of them. It's also limited how many times you can even get that summon, because you need to actually land kills to be able to get them. Let's see. Well, we'll throw another Ellie. Move that up. Elliot again. Down he'll go. Need a little bit more mana. End your turn. There we go. Do we have any drops? Not really. Throw the browns down. Nice. Big Ellie. And that is match right there. Are you in the... Oh, never mind. That's for someone else. But anyways, guys, I think I am going to be heading off for the night. If there's no more questions or anything you guys want me to cover or anything like that, just let me know. But I will be heading off for the night. Hey, a Celestial Trait Stone. A double Celestial Trait. Oh, no, never mind. We were using the thing. Never mind. That was only a single Celestial. But I am going to be heading off for the night. We'll be back same time tomorrow, as always, around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's any kind of video concepts or anything you guys want me to do, just let me know. The next order of business I'll probably be doing for guide videos. We ended up doing the arcane thing earlier. The next one will likely be one I've been meaning to do for a very long time now. It's basically going over how to progress in early game, mid game, and late game. What the difference is, what they mean, and what you should be trying to focus on at certain level ranges and certain points within the game. It's something that I've covered many times, like here and there when people ask, but it's never something I've done a full comprehensive video on. Also, do you guys mind the very long videos? That's something else I should probably ask. Like when I do a 30-minute guide video, is that too long, or would you prefer like a 10 or 15-minute or shorter guide video? Because sometimes having to explain everything, like the arcane thing, it takes a lot more time than you might think to actually address every single one. I could always scroll through each one, but then there would be no explanation as to like why these are actually good. And the time that it takes to explain all of them can really rack up the time used within the video. So I don't know if that's a little bit too long, because I know quite a bit of my comprehensive guides do go to about 30 minutes long, generally, when I end up doing them. So if people don't mind, then I'll just keep doing them that way. I just didn't know if they were concise enough or if people wanted them a bit shorter. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow night if you happen to be around. Best of luck with event keys. It is a good week on all platforms to throw event keys if you haven't already. For PC Mobile, you guys can get Kraken, which is one of the strongest troops in the game as far as damage output. And on console, you can get Dragon Soul and a very small chance of getting Elamagrim. Both of which are really good. You see me using Elamagrim a lot. Dragon Soul is the best soul farmer in the game, or one of them. It's really well-rounded troop. Not one of the absolute best, but it's particularly good in early game, and it's still pretty decent. It's basically like an archer in that it's very well-rounded for doing almost everything that you'll ever need to do. So it has that kind of aspect to it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Good night, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.